Westlife karaoke. Here we go. Okay, firstly, welcome to Tala to you, Gary. The two of you played together twice for Ireland. Do you remember the games?
Remember the night out.
Remember the night out? No. You played apparently in a 2-2 draw against Croatia and in a 3-0 away victory in Finland. You don't remember any of it? All right, very good. Okay. There's a story apparently before a Champions League game in Barcelona. They were, I think Patrick Kluivert was playing, and so was Rivaldo. And you two gentlemen went downtown to a chapel to say a prayer, I believe.
It was actually halfway down the Barcelona's pitch, Nou Camp. There's actually a church, and myself and Macca just decided the night before when we were doing set pieces, let's just go in and say a prayer just in case we had to run around. But we said the prayer, and then we did get the run around. I think we lost 5 or 6 now as well. So that's the true one. That's true.
Also, obviously, with that Leeds team, you were only 90 minutes away from that from reaching the Champions League final. That game against Valencia. Whose idea was it to actually shave your heads that night?
I don't know. I think it was just a team bonding thing, Macca, was it? With a really tight-knit group. Everybody stuck together with nights out with the ladies, girls, team spirit, do you know what I mean? So it was just one of those, let's do something stupid, so we just shaved our heads, and the only one not to do it was my nephew, Ian Hart. He's a bit dry, and he's a dry shite anyway, so... But yeah, Harty was the only one. It was just one of those. We just decided at the last minute, just let's do something different. The gaffer wasn't too impressed. I think we got a fine as well, I'm not sure, because we brought attention onto the club, but so be it.
And what was it like working with Dave O'Leary and Dave's babies?
It was honestly the team spirit, as Gaz just said, was the best I've ever been involved with. Probably Gaz would say the same. Obviously Dave O'Leary gave us all our chances, quite young on. The youth team came through together, and it was all about our squad and more to do with the camaraderie and the team spirit and the bond we've always had.
Everybody would know Gary Kelly, the fullback and the midfielder, but you were actually a striker at Home Farm on a team that went 203 games unbeaten. Could you tell us some of your memories of that Home Farm side that you left to Leeds?
Yeah, before I went up to Home Farm, I was with the boys, and Home Farm, they went years unbeaten. I only had a season with them. So all the hard work and everything sort of went to the previous lads, the previous managers and all that. I was just sort of a blow-in. I went to the Milk Cup with them, had a good year then, and then sent over to Leeds with the Dublin Leeds Scouts, so Macca was the same. So I was only lucky enough to spend a year with them, but I know there was some great players there, Mark Kennedy, there was PJ O'Connell, etc, etc. There was a lot, Eddie Van Boxtel, Graham Cavan, Gammy, you know, you can name them all, but great lads. But lucky enough to play for a year, but I think the rest of them deserve the plaudits for that one, but I was only there for a year.
Two members of the 2002 World Cup squad that you were in, Damien Duff and Mark Kinsella, have since returned to Ireland to coaching or managerial roles. Do you think you could follow in their footsteps?
I was doing the badges there for a little while. I was talking to Kins last week, and I know Duff has been doing really well. Mac has been filling us in. I think it's one of those as well. If you go to England, it's in your head from an early age that you want to come home. Mac is home a few years now, and I think you're enjoying it. I'm home 10 years now, I love it. I have the kids now, really, really enjoying it. The coaching side of it, I was doing the badges. I don't like the school work of it, in the classroom and all. Like, I can't bring a ball into the classroom, so I lost interest. So we'll see what happens down the line, but Macca might get a job and give me a start.
Very good. You've obviously played with a lot of great players in your career. I mean, Eric Cantona comes to mind. Paul McGrath, obviously at international level. Who would you say were the best players that you had the pleasure of playing alongside?
I think all the professional footballers have been really, really good, you know. But as you say, the names there, Cantona and all stand out. But my schoolboy heroes were Paul McGrath and Gordon Strachan, so I'll always stick with those. I was lucky enough as well to room with Gordon for 16 years. Over me 16 years for around 5-6 years. And then I happened to room with Paul as well, so between Paul and Gordon, I'd stick with them because I was a United fan as well. Sorry, Leeds fans. So yeah, I'd definitely go with Strax and Big Paul. So learned an awful lot out of them, yeah. Thank you.
And you had 430 first-team games for Leeds and 51 caps for Ireland. What would you say was your best and most lasting memory of a football career?
531 actually, yeah. So, went missing there. I went missing there for 120 games or something. I definitely remember when we forced one Main Road. My sister Mandy, that passed away with cancer, came over to her and all that. It always stands out in my head, that one. And David O'Leary was playing centre half with Bottom from Arsenal. So that one always sticks out in my brain. And then my testimonial against Celtic, that was a great one as well. So I'll go my debut against Man City away, and then my testimonial from Celtic at home.
Over to you, Stephen. The Irish connection at Leeds. When you first went to Leeds, obviously Gary was there and his nephew Ian Hart was there as well. How important was the Irish connection when you headed over?
Yeah, it was unbelievable important. Gary was incredibly generous to all of us. We had the likes of Alan Mabry, Nicky Bourne, Damien Lynch, myself, as I said, Ian Hart. We all went over around the same week actually, and Gaz was in the first team at that stage, so Gaz was unbelievable to me. He helped me out so much and still does to this day. Anything I'm unsure of, everything Gaz. So the connection was between us all is still quite strong, and yeah, he started it all out for us. He was the one that really pushed us. We wanted to be him, and he showed us the way forward, really.
And you made your European debut in the Olympic Stadium in Rome against Roma as an 18-year-old. How important were the senior pros that played alongside you then?
Yeah, it's a bit of a blur when you're 18 and you're turning out in big games like that. It was looking back at it now, it was a bit daunting, but honestly, it was just when you're 18, guys will tell you just go out and enjoy the football game. Once you get your first touch of the football and make your first tackle or a first pass, everything seems to settle down and you just play a normal game. But yeah, with big players in our dressing room, David Batty, Gaz Kelly, Jason Wilcox, Nigel Martin, all these experienced players that helped us loads. We were a young bunch going. I think it was probably eight or nine of us made our debuts that year, so we needed all the help from the older boys. They were great with us.
Just one last question. Everybody was familiar with the three amigos, which was yourself, Phil Babb and Jason McAteer. Maybe Stephen, you could tell us what kind of a prankster was he during your time at Leeds? Any good stories there?
He's got loads of beer all day. He got me solid every time I walked in the dressing room. Now Gaz was, as he said, he lifted us when we had bad results. He was the one that grabbed us and picked us up again. You can talk about managers, you can talk about coaches doing it, but he was a real leader and the one that everyone turned to when the chips were down, and he'd always stand up and give a speech or say, fucking sort yourselves out. And no, he was just an incredible character to have around the dressing room. Could hear all day telling them what he'd done on us all. Yeah, he's a great, unbelievable character. And the dying breed, we're trying to get a few back in our dressing room downstairs, trying to get them characters and leaders back. There's not many kids nowadays growing up, don't know how to lead, don't know how to show the way forward, but he was one that I always looked up to.
Okay, thank you very much. I think put your hands together, please, for Gary Kelly and Stephen McPhail.